you want to get high, man?
Let's stimulate your mind.
Get up, Chucky! What have we got here? A fucking comedian.
Rodney King.
Hello and welcome to the Rodney King cast. It's me, Rodney King. How are you doing? You guys all caught up on the Avengers and the Game of Thrones? You guys all caught up on the Mueller report? Huh? Did the AG Barr, AG, Attorney General Barr? I don't know. I'm not keeping up with it. I just feel like they got Thanos, they got the Night King, but they can't get Trump, baby. They can't get him. They can't get him. They're trying. They're coming after him. They thought they had him. But then they don't have him. But now what? Now we're coming after the fucking Attorney General, coming after Mueller, coming after everybody. We got to get someone. We're getting someone, y'all. Meanwhile, climate change goes unabated. You know, I feel like, what if we all believed in gods again? Then I feel like we could sell climate change as a viable threat. You know what I mean? We could be like, there's a big bad, like a Thanos or a Night King type figure. You know what I mean? Like create an elemental threat, right? Like I don't know, fucking Climator. I don't know. I'm just spitballing here. Okay, we could get a little writers' room together. Get the Disney writers' room together to come up with a sweet villain, okay, that we could personify and get everybody fucking on board to defeat this evil villain that's slowly changing the climate patterns of the earth in unpredictable ways, and possibly in ways that may or may not have effects in our lifetime. We have no idea. We're predicting stuff. We have no idea, right? I mean, some people might have had some idea that Arya was going to stab the Night King. Oh, shit, spoiler. Did you guys see that spoiler? There's no way to avoid that if you're online at all. Man, if you're trying to... God bless you. If I just spoiled the Battle of Winterfell for you, damn. God, in a way, you might deserve it. I don't know. Everybody, it's already been spoiled. It's over. Now, I haven't seen Endgame, and I've managed to duck spoilers about that like fucking Neo in The Matrix. Anyway, well, I'm just babbling about this shit when what I should be doing is introducing my guest this episode, who is Arthur Hamilton, a comedian that I met in my travels, again, here in Los Angeles. He hails from Pacoima, California. Pacoima, I don't know if you know about Pacoima. Pacoima is, of course, famous for being where Rodney King was beaten. Which I guess is not, that's more infamy than femi, but you know what I mean. He's from out here, the deep North Valley. So it was like two Valley boys talking in a car, and then we were at some point surrounded by essays, but they weren't real essays. You know what I mean? Not like scary dudes. They were just kind of like stoners and just wondering what we're doing. So at some point you might hear about that. But Arthur, the reason I had Arthur on the podcast is because he has a special that he is shooting at the Skiptown Playhouse. It's interesting. It's an interesting thing that the comedians, the young comics nowadays, can I call them young comics? Or comics in general, they're not all young, you know, like whatever. Comics are taking matters into their own hands, shooting their own specials, finding independent venues to create content, you know, or create an album, or create shit, you know, create shit. And one of the best things about stand-up is it doesn't take much, you know, not a huge production. You just need jokes, you need a stage and a crowd, you know, and then you can shoot it, put it together, put it out on the internet, get some exposure, boom, 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 and then everything, sky's the limit, guys. Sky is the limit. Have you heard about this new thing called the internet? Apparently, you could get huge on it. Get a following or something, you know, just like that Justin Bieber guy. Okay, so anyways, Arthur Hamilton will be performing his special Shut Your Ass Up at the Skiptown Playhouse Saturday, May 4th. I think it's at 10. I should double check the time. I'll put a link. I'm gonna put a link up to the thing, so you get the correct time, get tickets, and then otherwise check out his show Blunts and Brunch on channel 310. And I have a quick announcement. I'm gonna be at the Belly Room, at the Comedy Store, May 17th, 8 o'clock show. Come on out. All right, guys. Please welcome to the show Arthur Hamilton.
The streets of Pacoima. And won't hesitate to smoke your ass in a minute. In the city of Pacoima, California. Pacoima, California.
Basically, these billionaires brought this journalist in, and the question they asked him was like, so how do I keep my staff loyal to me when civilization collapses? You know what I mean? When there's like no more money system to pay them, like how do I make sure that they don't have an uprising? How am I like that's the kind of shit that they're actually concerned about right now. You know what I mean? Like so rich people, they're not dumb. They know
people aren't getting paid well and shit.
And they know that like something's coming, possibly. You know what I mean? Like the shit could just crumble. And then they're like, what do we do now? What do we do now?
We got money and these people are going to come after us.
But what good is that money?
When shit's all fucked.
Yeah, there's that. You need goods, right? You need fucking, I don't know. I feel like it's guns, water.
In that situation, too, for damn sure, more money, more problems.
Hell yeah, because then everybody wants your shit.
Like, oh, we know that nigga he got bacon. He got bacon at his house.
That's like a
rich
Bill Burr joke about like right, like why do you want to be a prepper? Because that's just like who's gonna get robbed by the strongest person who comes through, right?
Yep.
Like, it's totally true.
Straight up, rob your ass.
That's you just become a target. Like I don't know. It's weird. Anyways, guys. Joining me on the show today is Arthur Hamilton, comedian out here in Los Angeles.
Out here.
Doing the thing.
Doing it. The thing is struggling and just on the marathon train.
He's on it.
He's on it. Time.
Just like me, just like some of you out there. Yep. And he's got a special that he's going to be shooting, performing at the Skiptown Playhouse. It's a half hour, right?
Yep, half hour special.
Coming out. May 5th, that's this Saturday.
May 4th. Yeah,
May 4th, this Saturday.
Yeah, I can't do it on Cinco De Mayo. I don't think people will come.
That's true. Can't do it on Cinco, man.
Everybody knows some Mexicans that they can go eat and get drunk with.
That's true. Unless you invited all the Mexicans over, but then they might not listen.
They wouldn't listen.
Yeah, they're all wasted.
They would get drunk as fuck. They would listen for like the first 15 minutes and then they would start talking to me. You're funny, dog. What's your name?
Hey, that shit is funny, dog.
What's up? You're funny, dog. Tell me another joke. I'm like, nigga, there's 15 minutes left in the show. Shut up.
They all start whistling. That's that whistling, but it's positive.
Yeah, it's a good time, but damn.
Come on, guys.
Not for a taping. I couldn't. They be passing Modelo's around to Tecates.
Fuck yeah. Oh, yeah.
Clinking all in the audio shit.
And they know how to throw down, And apparently, Cinco de Mayo isn't even, it's not Mexican Independence Day or anything like that. It's just a day when they beat the French. They just threw down against the French, and because the French back then were the most powerful army. They were like the U.S. So like that's it. And then the French came back and just kicked their asses later, but they don't talk about that.
Like, you know what? No, we had a good day that day before the fight. We were humbled.
5th.
Yes.
Yeah, when we kicked your ass that one time.
5th day in May. I did get my ass whooped.
So Arthur, where are you from originally?
Pacoima.
Pacoima, California.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
A lot of people don't be knowing, man. They don't be knowing about Pacoima.
Pacoima, that's like, North Valley, right?
Yep, North Valley.
Paint a picture for the people out there. Like, where is Pacoima? And what's it like?
Close to Silmar, San Fernando.
Woo! Wait, just to give everybody a little background, Silmar is directly, like, a little bit next to, what's that, Simi Valley? Is that how far is Simi Valley?
Simi Valley is pretty far. Simi Valley is like 20, 30 miles west. Shit. So yeah, Rodney King got his ass whooped in Pacoima.
Oh,
but they
transferred him to.
They took it to Simi Valley. Let me look up how. Goddamn, my phone's burning. Let me look up how far Simi Valley is from Pacoima, because it's really fucking far.
Yeah.
And I don't understand how.
Oh well, I do. I mean,
yeah,
we understand.
That shit is
why.
Right, it's 19 miles. It's a 20-minute drive.
20-mile drive. So Simi
You're
Valley
out of the San Fernando Valley when you go to Simi Valley.
Oh yeah, and it's also very cop friendly. It's a majority white Republican
Yes.
area.
I'm scared over there.
I mean, yeah. So they moved the Rodney King trial, an incident that happened in Pacoima, to Simi Valley, which is a little more cop friendly.
Yep. And then the riots happened in L.A.
Well, because everybody was watching. I was here too. I actually lived in the valley also. I was living I was in Sherman Oaks at the time, so I could see the smoke at least.
Yep.
But I was in Koreatown before that. But I hadn't moved out of Koreatown. It was one of those things where if I was like a worse kid, I would have gone out that night because I was old enough. You know what I mean? Like I would have run out.
I was
about to run out.
I was only 2.
You were about to run out.
I was only 2. Like, yo, nigga.
You were like, yeah, get some.
I need some new toys. These toys y'all got me is fucking trash. My grandma keep making me give them away to these other fucking foster kids. I don't know them. They're not my responsibility.
Just running out. You got like a walker, like one of those walker strollers. You're fucking inside.
Yeah, this one got a cup holder, bitch. Yeah, give me my juice.
All right, Pacoima. So then, what's Pacoima? What's it like there? It's like, is it
Pacoima? Growing up, I mean, it's like blacks and Mexicans, but now it's like just mostly more Hispanics. Okay. Sometimes I see white people riding bicycles on there with the full, athletics on. I don't know, trying to gentrify, but I know some people who gonna stop that.
Okay.
But it's like a lot of gangs, not as bad as it used to be. Bloods, there was a little bit of Crips. And then there's a lot of like SA gangs, and like the blacks and Mexicans don't get along really.
Oh,
so
shit,
it's like,
really?
You had to watch out for the Mexicans, other black people from like the west side or the east side, and then fucking police.
Yeah.
Fucking every now and then like the Crips like come around, but it's like not much, but it was definitely dangerous for sure. Still, like you still gotta be careful. You can't just be kicking it out there.
Wait, so if it wasn't like really Crips and Bloods, because they're like down south, right? Like, So what kind of gangs were there?
Bloods, Pyrus, and there's a lot of like 13s, a lot of South Side gangs.
Oh,
like
shit.
the Humphrey Boys, Pacoiz 13. I was just on like doing background for Snowfall, and we were in the projects where the Pacoima Project boys are. Bro, black people can't go in there. I had never been in there.
Really?
Yeah, it was like I was like, yo, this is strange. This is in my neighborhood too. Like, this is strange.
And is it because it's Mexican?
Mm-hmm. It's majority like Mexican
gang territory. Mm-hmm. So there's probably like amongst the Mexicans even some can't go in there, right? Like, because it's territory.
Yeah, and like the Mexican hoods, like they have beef. Pacoima Van Nuys boys, Pierce boys, fucking.
Oh fuck, I remember that. Because I went to school, Sherman Oaks CES, which is like Reseda. So I kind of like.
Oh yeah, Reseda was hood too.
Yeah, I knew.
Bro, it's crazy. Like people are like, oh, that ain't L.A. The Valley. The Valley, like the Valley gets overshadowed by all like the suburbs and shit. Like they're like dangerous parts of the Valley.
Oh yeah,
niggas come to studios out here and get shot and shit. Like North Hollywood before it got gentrified was hood as fuck.
Oh hell
Malcolm just got his jaw broke out there a couple weeks ago. And people are like, oh my god, like
oh that's what happened to him.
Yeah, he got jumped by some essays.
Oh shit. Malcolm Hatchet. Fucking got jumped by a bunch of just dudes in NoHo?
Yeah.
Fuck.
It was like, I don't know, maybe like a month ago. Or I think it was like a month ago. Yeah, it was not very long ago.
Yeah.
And broke his jaw and shit. I can relate because I was like, man, I had my jaw broke before too.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, people move out here and like they get for like just like LA, Hollywood kind of overshadows stuff and kind of blinds us. And like people forget, like, oh shit, LA is hood as fuck.
Oh,
all of LA County houses hood.
Yeah, well, that's because they just come from out of town and they have no idea about. The thing about LA is that first, it's got a weird ass segregation. You know what I mean? Like, because the black and brown people are basically pushed south and north, and then there's this middle part that's like white or gentrified or whatever. Actually, it's a lot cooler now. When I was growing up, it was like like Koreans in Koreatown, right? And then we would call everything like to the west of like La Brea, just like the rich neighborhood. That's what we just called it. We're just like that's where the rich people live, but they're not even that rich. You know what I mean? That's just like it's
they barely making it.
Yeah. I mean, they're not even. But that's just what it is. And LA is incredibly segregated. And it wasn't until I left LA that I really saw how other people live. I was like, oh shit, like New York. You're forced to interact with different people all the time.
You're not just
constantly.
around one. Yeah.
So after a while, it kind of it kind of breaks down a little bit. You know what I mean? In your head, because then like it's just like assholes become assholes.
Yeah, you're an asshole. You just asshole.
Yeah. Like people are cool. You're like
out here, you fuck around. You beef with one type of person or two types of people, and you just like, or you just around those just types of people. And then like it's just that close proximity. You're just like, oh fucking, I can't stand these people. And it's just like.
It's weird.
It's not. It's like you say, it's so segregated.
Do you think it's? I think it's because there's so much space. You know what I mean? Like there's so much space that you can just be pushed. Like people push each other away, or push, or become enclaves, like tribal. I think that's why there's so many gangs here, right? It's like it's just tribes, or like why, like straight up, if you are Korean. You can live your whole life here never speaking English because there's Korean TV, Korean newspapers. So just stay in Koreatown. Just fucking, you know what I mean? Like if you wanted to, and you can't really do that in a place like New York. You know, like in other cities, it's
kind of like
harder.
that for Mexican people too. Some Mexican people come here, and don't have to learn a lick of English, and they be straight.
Yeah, they're fine. They can be fine.
Having fat stacks in their pocket. Bro.
Yeah, and they don't need to learn it, that's fine. That's America, right? That's fine. But it's weird when you do go to other. So New York is the best example I have because I think it's I haven't lived in a lot of major cities, and of the cities, that was the one that was like people really assimilated. Like so Asians, like Korean, like I've just like all races of people really assimilating to become American. You know what I mean? And not even white per se, quote unquote, what white is, because like the dominant kind of culture in New York is it's very hip hop is so infused in the culture. You know what I mean? It's just part of it that even the white people are kind of like using slang and stuff. You know, it's just kind of.
Somebody said a joke about that tonight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're talking about that. They're just like, if you fucking have student loans, don't be using shit like, oh, I'm getting the bag. If you went to ITT Tech, I don't want to hear you say I'm getting the bag.
But that's just hip hop slang is now so ubiquitous. Like it's just everywhere now. It's just like it is.
It's when I like watch cartoons with my nieces.
It's normal.
I'm just like, what the fuck?
I guess it's like I don't know. Me personally, it's weird because I'm like 40, right? So I've seen like hip hop. You know, like it was born when I was born, essentially, right? And then I saw, like, when I started listening to hip hop, the first time I listened to it was like, fucking NWA, Eazy-E.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean? When it was, because it was just being bumped, but I wasn't allowed to listen to it. You know, it's like it was like a big deal back then. Like gangster rap was like illicit. You know, it was like drugs. It was like my friends, we would hide it. We would hide tapes. It was like because you were not allowed to listen to that shit. You know,
2 Live Crew.
2 Live Crew.
Bro.
Everything. Even Beastie Boys, like back then, was like considered raw. It was so raw because nobody else. There's nothing like that. You know what I mean?
To them in a minute, bro.
And it's not. It's pretty tame. Like Beastie Boys, they would play on K-Rock, you know. But but like when Dre came, you know, Dre and Snoop and stuff. But I wasn't even
Dre
like
was smacking bitches.
Oh yeah, and that changed everything. And I wasn't even really a huge hip hop head. Really, I was just around the shit and not. You're just not aware as a kid that this could be like important later. You know, like people might look back and be like, this is the start of a phase of hip hop.
How it shaped, how it could shape things.
Yeah, and how it became part of pop culture. Because I remember when hip hop was like, it was kind of alternative. It was alternative.
Yeah, and only certain people fucked with it. Nobody else, not a lot of people were like,
It was just like metal or whatever. It was like a genre of music that certain people fucked with. Shit, and it wasn't really until Dre, really, I feel like, where there was like a national video, right? Snoop came, and then when the Wu came, they broke it open to, you know, like I think the Wu-Tang were the first to pass country.
Yeah,
like, so that was all mid-90s shit.
I was just watching Dave Chappelle. They did the race thing. And they were like the Asian people got them.
Asian delegation takes Wu-Tang.
there is a Wu-Tang.
But I think you know what? That's really I think of how crazy black people went when Kung Fu was introduced to America.
Bro,
think of how crazy there's actually a news story about the first kung fu movie they showed in Harlem. I think it was like early 70s. Or
Really?
Some shit. Yeah.
It's a documentary?
No. It was just
okay.
some news story I remember
Oh, okay,
seeing.
okay.
The reason it was a news story is because it was a fucking riot after. Because everybody got
So hyped up, bro.
Fuck. In the streets.
You can't play certain music because it'll hype people up. Like, all right, I gotta turn this song on. Niggas is
It's like, can you
set
imagine
tripping.
how, like, right now we're so spoiled because we're coming off of like decades of kung fu shit. But imagine never seeing it before and seeing it for the first time.
You know what's crazy about that too? Because like when I remember as a kid when I first like seeing like wrestling or like kung fu, any type of like martial arts or fighting, I immediately turned to one of my cousins. Pow, 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 pow. We would just start going at it. Like, yeah, motherfucker, let's go. Trying kicks and shit. And that's just, damn, that's crazy that
And I think
adults
about
did it too.
Bruce Lee, right? How much of a influence or what an image? Because like this is the late 60s, early 70s is just some fucking Asian dude beating the shit out of white people. Like that's something, you know, because meanwhile we were at war in Vietnam. You know, we were straight up murdering them in Asia, and here's this Asian man. And so I feel like there's something about that really resonated with black people,
he was
man.
dope as fuck
Yeah,
too,
man. And that's why there's so many dudes, like there's like older guys, like black men who are super into Chinese shit.
Mhm.
They like have the shoes and whatever.
Was it the I don't know if it was the first one, but when Bruce Lee fought Will Chamberlain.
No, it wasn't Enter the Dragon. I think that might have been Game of Death.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pete, that shit was dope as fuck.
Hell yeah. Like and that was it was like a weird
like cameo.
No, not Will Chamberlain, but just like the idea that I think for people it like represented this weird like there's like a different paradigm here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because they always, you know, with like Hollywood and propaganda and stuff, where they want you to see the savior and the hero is always white.
Yeah.
Always
white,
like,
and then
white dude whooping somebody's ass. And
this
like,
idea of the Chinese guy, just like, you know, because they're not supposed to be like just killers, right?
No,
they're not supposed, you know, because the last thing you want people to think while you're fighting them overseas is like, oh, these guys are pretty badass. Yeah. and not only are they badass, they're kind of like pretty cool too, like honorable, cool or whatever. You know,
yeah,
like
the
people
honor
are like
is dope, man.
You start like
respect that. We respect the honor. You know what I mean, for sure.
Yeah. And then you start thinking
he was a badass too.
Oh shit, maybe we shouldn't be over there. Then you start thinking,
this stuff, they're pretty cool, man. What are we doing?
Yeah, wait a minute. They never did anything to us.
I didn't want to be there in the first place.
Yeah, what did they do?
Muhammad Ali came on.
Yeah, exactly. That's why like,
why I'm gonna go over there and fight them, huh? What they done to me?
Yeah, and that's something I trip on all the time because my family got fucked up by the Korean War. You know, the Korean War really fucked up my family. That's like something they point to as like, this is when it all got fucked up right here. And
they can put a date on that shit.
Yeah, 1950,
we can't.
man.
I mean, we take years, 400 years, motherfucker. Goddamn.
They're like, no, it was like June 1950.
Yeah.
But what's crazy about that war is the first desegregated army of the U.S. was for the Korean War. So the infantry was black and white.
They still treated niggas like shit.
That's, of course.
Still called them nigga.
But how now there's so many layers of race and colonialism and fucking geopolitics. It's so, you know what I mean? So complex at this point.
Yeah, in the military.
It's like, because think about it from just like, okay, imagine you're a Korean peasant.
Yeah.
Like, I'm talking, because even in 1950, the shit was like, there was still like people in the countryside straight up
just chilling, just living,
planting shit, and you know, they'd be like, for a while the Japanese, I guess, are in charge now. They're like, all right, well that's, and then now like, oh, there's a fucking war, I guess, and then next thing, it's like, oh, now there's this army of white people and black people, I guess. Like, oh, okay. Dude, those white people treating those black guys like shit. What are they? Why are they fighting?
Why are they whooping their ass? And why are they fucking with us?
And then a lot of the bases, you know, the white GIs, whatever, taught the Koreans to be racist to black people. They basically taught that. That's why. And then Koreans ended up becoming. Koreans are mad racist. I mean, Asians are super racist. Like, Asians are very racist in terms of...
I just feel like at that time, they were, like, easily influenced. With like, propaganda worked so well on them.
Of course. Yeah, but, okay, first of all, yeah, definitely. I think you got yourself... I mean, all right. Here's the thing about Korea, which is crazy, right? Because Korea was straight up jacked by the Japanese.
Yeah.
The Japanese came and just was like, okay, we own you now. And then that was like, say...
Mean as fuck.
It's fucked up. I mean, it's fucked up what they were doing to them. They were like, basically just taking all the girls and using them as sex slaves on the front lines. That was just something they did. And then, and this is like maybe like from let's just say like 1900 all the way to the end of the war, World War II, right? So like for almost 50 years, they were just straight up just raping the people in the country or whatever. Being gangsters. Like and toward the end of the war, they would do shit like outlaw Korean language. Like they made it so that you couldn't speak the language.
They was really trying to break.
Yeah. They changed everyone's names. They changed the fucking Korean names to Japanese names. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, yeah. So it got really crazy. And so that happened, and then the people fighting the Japanese were the Russians and the Americans.
Mm-hmm.
So from the north were the Russians, and from the south were the Americans, right? So like
double penetration.
Exactly. So first of all, it's like, okay, first of all, these Japs came, took us over, they're fucking us, okay? But now they're being fought back. Now these white people are coming from two groups of white people are coming.
They're fucking us too.
They're coming, and literally, so this is what they
fucking crazy, dude.
all our grandparents of my generation, our grandparents, this is the one thing they talk about. If you were from the north, when the Russians were coming downwards, all the girls ran away. All they made, because the Russians were raping their way down the whole coast, and that the word was traveling. So like motherfucking like people,
hey, they gonna rape you, better run.
They were sending, like, if you had a girl, they were just get her out of there, because that's what they're just coming down and fucking full on raping.
Evil.
And I guess the Americans didn't have that reputation, but they were coming upwards, right? So they met like in the middle. They met in the middle.
Hey,
and
you want to have
like,
a drink? Yeah,
exactly. Well, the Americans, I think they weren't raping, but what the Americans did, which was shady to the Koreans, was
whoa.
So the Americans didn't know, well, who's gonna run all this, right? They didn't want to really fuck around with. They want to like fuck around with, like, who's going to be running all this shit. So what they decided was we're just going to let the dudes who collaborate with the Japanese like keep running the shit.
Yeah.
So then everybody got pissed off, and like a lot of them turned and went north to go join the commies. So it's like basically you got a country that's just been fucked.
What's up, man? We're doing the podcast. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we doing a podcast, bro. Well, yeah.
Okay. That's crazy. This is a rando dude just.
So you said with the.
Yeah. Anyways, Korea's crazy. And then so all that happens, and then 1950 rolls around with the Korean War, and then you got this whole other. Then you fucking have the Americans rolling in, right, with this like desegregated, so white and black army, coming in and fucking just destroying the shit out of the place. And then that's it. I'm just keeping an eye on the homies.
Yeah, I think I'm a little set around here or something. I don't know.
Let's give it an eye.
We good.
Yeah. Anyway, did you have grandparents in the war or anything?
My grandpa, yeah, he was.
Did he go to Korea?
I think so. We good.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Dude.
Yeah, we'd be straight. Yeah, it's real shit on the podcast.
Yeah, okay, yeah, we're podcasting now. There's
the real
a
shit.
couple of brown gentlemen. I'm just gonna go ahead and say they're Latino.
They be tweaking now and shit.
They don't look unsavory per se. They just seem like regular gentlemen, just always hanging out. I was rolling a blunt the other day before Mike, just parked, rolling a blunt, and like 4 just like Mexican dudes, like working dudes, just like after work, just posted up like right outside the car, just hanging out, drinking. And that was it. And I was like, fuck. I was just like, I don't know. I think it's because I grew up during that drug war period where I'm like, I don't want people fucking watch. I don't like a group of guys outside while watching me roll up a blunt. Like, I don't know why that makes me nervous, but I was like, why are these guys fucking hanging out? But like, whatever, fucking. Like, all right, Arthur. So fucking, you said you were 2 years old 94. So you were born in 92.
Oh no.
No.
4. Sorry about that. Yeah,
Yo,
4.
born in 1990.
Yeah. 1990.
Holy shit. Okay. So you are
About to be
deep,
29, man.
You're a deep millennial. That's like deep, solidly in that millennial category, right?
Yeah,
I guess
I guess so, man.
right? I mean, because don't you feel like that's a meaningless? Like a shit
guess
doesn't
so.
mean anything.
It means something for some people. That is just I feel like a little bit younger, but I was raised with like, my sisters and them. They were born in the 80s. Then like I spent a lot of time with my grandparents.
Yeah.
So I spent a lot of time with like a bunch of old people. Like, a bunch of people like from the church and shit. Just all the old people. So I always feel like a lot older.
So you don't like relate to. I mean, do you relate to a particular generation at all, or like?
I mean, I guess I do, but I do relate to a certain generation, the 90s babies. But there's certain times I just feel older, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I am older, so I've always felt older. But I feel like I'm 60. I'm like, sometimes I just want to like yell. I just want to like yell at people and be like, "What the fuck are you guys doing? Like, what is this shit?" Not necessarily in a like a negative way, but more like, "Come on, you get like we should be having more fun and shit." You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like young. I feel like young people today are like really like I don't know, like cautious or some shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think? I mean,
compared to what compared to like older age.
yeah. I mean, okay. Like I feel like nowadays, kids don't go out, and like when I was a kid, I don't know if you probably were too. I was out. I lived in Hollywood. I lived in like so I was Hollywood, Koreatown, and then fucking Sherman Oaks, North Hollywood. Like I lived in those, you know what I mean? And so I was just out in the streets, so I could take the bus and shit. I ditch school and take the bus. You know what I'm saying? Like I would too.
I used to always like ditch school and go to the mall, leave my backpack in the bushes.
What mall?
I used to go to Northridge Mall.
Oh no shit!
I went to Nobel.
Wait, all right. What'd you do? Like what was your like just fucking routine? Like you would ditch your backpack,
ditch my
into the
backpack.
bushes. All right.
I did start smoking weed while I was there, so
All
I
right.
would smoke weed a little bit.
Outside the mall.
Yep, or down the street, or at school sometimes.
Yeah.
I was 12. Yeah, I was 12.
12. Yeah, that's Yep.
Yeah, man, that was my shit. Go to the mall. The security will be on the lookout for us at the mall and shit, because of our backpacks and shit.
Oh yeah,
We
because there's
thought
that
we were-
truancy shit. Remember the truancy
you
shit?
were
Oh, dude, I was a fucking truant. Yeah, man, and you'd have to. Because that's what was sounding familiar. I was like, why was he ditching his backpack? But I remember, the backpack was a giveaway, so you had to act like you were fucking
Dude,
an
one
adult
time in
and
high
shit.
school, I got picked up. I'm walking to school. I'm literally around the corner, like on the outside where the like shopping center is, walking to the school. And the police pull up like, "Hey, where you guys going?" Like, obviously the school. We're like right here. You can tell we're walking toward the school. Oh man, we're gonna have to take you guys. You guys are truant, dude. I'm like, yeah, we're like 15 minutes late. Bro, took us there all the shit. I'm like, bro, what kind of shit is that?
Well, okay, so what happens once? I never actually got caught. See, that was like I was really good at not
They was
getting
fucking
caught.
with us. My school was hella bad.
Yeah.
I went to Kennedy High.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit, dude. Okay. All right. None of this means anything to anybody. This is a deep valley shit, man.
They're like,
what the fuck? Who gives a fuck? No,
Yeah.
dude, yeah, I'm a valley boy. You know what I'm saying? I went to junior high school in the valley,
Yeah.
and so I know. Oh, okay. Fuck, dude. I mean, how do you feel about the valley now? Do you think it's changed at all? Like, do you feel like it's
it's changed.
Okay, let me describe what it was like for me, because it was like it's basically like a suburban desert. You know what I'm saying? Like a urban suburban. I mean, it's even the urban part is not.
It's urban and suburban.
You know, it's not really dense.
It really depends on where you at. Yeah.
Yeah. But urban is more like a racial thing more than a description of like the population. You know what I'm saying?
I'd say
like,
a little bit of both. It depends where you are, because then there are some areas that are urban.
Okay, like
urban
apartment
people.
type. Yeah. Like
and
sort of
then,
the complexes and.
Then like in the neighborhood too, urban as fuck too.
Yes. Yeah, I would. But I think LA in general is a suburban sprawl. Like just the design of the city.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like just in general.
It was just white people in like the 50s.
It's just all
majority.
white flight.
Yeah, white flight.
It's just over and over white flight,
it's crazy
white flight.
How there's white flight and then now there's gentrification.
Well, they're just flying back. they flew away, and now they're flying back. Just wherever
They're
they
like
fly,
snowbirds,
yeah,
man.
wherever they fly is where the money happens,
Fucking
and then
snowbirds.
poor people have to move around.
Yep.
You know, and
God
that's just
damn
how it
it.
is. You know, but
I guess we like mountain lions. We just go
just
wherever they let us.
Well, luckily, in California, they like to
Motherfuckers.
protect the mountain lions. So,
Yeah,
you know,
they protect it.
We're protected
More
class.
than black people.
You're yeah.
The
well,
harsh
that
truth.
well that you know, how did your family come to California? Do you know about that? Do you know?
They my family's from Texas. My grandparents are from Texas, so they came from Texas, and then had my mom. She's the oldest, and then my aunt, and then
Did they come here for like a job purpose or like
I think they just came in for a job. My grandpa was like, he was he did you know, he's a handyman. He did all types of shit. And he was in the military.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta really ask him. I think it was for the military.
Well, yeah, it's you know what? Because the reason I ask is because so
But they've been there.
During-
They've been in the same house too for forever, bro.
so the reason why there were no black people in California originally, right? Because it was Mexico. It was literally Mexico, and then there were basically Mexicans, Native Americans, and Chinese people started coming in, right? Then they started bringing in Chinese people, and so Chinese people were like, they were actually lynching Chinese people back in the day when there were no black people here, you know, because
Holy
that's
shit.
they just never talk about that's something, but that's
They don't
part
talk
of the
about a
thing,
lot
yeah.
of shit. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's just not
golly.
interesting. But like, anyways, so back then
Chinese people so nice, man.
so eventually they did bring, or they didn't bring, but black people started moving here because of the war effort.
Yeah.
And because all the men were drafted,
Yeah.
they needed labor for the shipbuilding.
And all the racism shit didn't set the down south.
Well, yeah, exactly.
It was
they were
like
offered
harsh.
jobs. Yeah, I mean that
Ooh,
was probably the
it was-
roughest time of Jim Crow shit, right?
Yeah.
40s,
It
fucking.
was rough.
We're talking during the Depression, like post-Depression, 40s, fucking Jim
Shit
Crow
was
South.
bad, yeah.
Oh Jesus Christ! Like, and so they were offered jobs, government jobs, right? Fucking, they all came over here, did the shipyarding thing, but then what happened is when the GIs came back, they all lost their jobs, and then they were just stuck here without jobs.
They made shit rough.
So that's why all the black people are concentrated. They're around here in the South, like where the port is, and then up
all
north.
the fucking factories closed down and shit. People couldn't. They lost their jobs. All the jobs they were going to
Yeah.
hand down. They were going to hand down like all the.
Yeah.
Now what they say is nepotism. All that shit was just went away.
Well, so
because
the-
jobs
yeah.
were just gone. It
Well,
just
because of
went-
racism, like that's crazy. Because it's crazy that back then, before we were born, but not that long ago, it was just openly racist. Where it wasn't, nobody was complaining about it because that just was how it was. And I mean, people were obviously fighting, but that was literally just how the government was like,
Yup.
yeah, we're gonna be racist.
We're just gonna
be
do
like,
it. Yeah. shut
yeah,
down
well,
the
that's what
factory.
we do. And then,
But it was like
everybody's
it was a
"Oh."
little different from like the Southern racism, which is like in your face. This is more of like like.
It's
like a-
systemic.
yeah,
It's like,
it's
let's make a
very
system
systemic.
where it's at, you know what I mean? Like, that's what they did with the GI Bill. That's what they did.
Yeah, bro, shit crazy.
Yeah, man, it's fucking nuts. And so, yeah, it's just very interesting. I like,
The thing on.
we have very little connection to the reason why we're where we're at in the first place. I mean, we're just like, I don't like. I trip about that all the time. Like, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah, how did
Like,
I get here?
how?
I need to ask
Why?
my grandpa because my grandma already got Alzheimer's shit.
Oh yeah, dude, you gotta
Yeah.
find that out, man, because that's
And
a
my
great. I bet
he-
that's a great story.
Yeah, he hella cool too. He'll talk if I gotta ask him some shit.
Oh, dude, you should totally do like a podcast type thing or something. Just to get it down, man, because that's one thing I regret. My grandparents are gone.
Record
I
that
could've-
shit.
Yeah, you gotta get that shit down because they have some crazy memories. Like, just think about how wild their lifetimes must have been, seeing
The
like
shit they saw.
Obama, seeing a black president come in. You know what I mean? Like all the
Yeah.
shit they went through, culminating with this black president. I mean, now they have Trump. They're like that, but
My
to them,
grandpa's 80.
yeah. Oh shit. Can you just imagine, like the shit that he has seen in his
Yeah,
lifetime, 80
man.
years of life. God damn it.
I bet he liked white women.
Oh, who wouldn't?
I know.
Who wouldn't? Especially back then. The more
Yeah.
forbidden something is, the more
more
you
you-
want.
the
it.
more, yeah.
Of course, that's the nature of humanity, right? Like fucking. What? So, what made you decide to do comedy? Did you start out here? Or did you start like?
when I lived in Arizona,
So you started in Arizona. Okay.
it just happened. It just like fell in my lap.
Uh-huh.
I've always been funny though.
Well, what made you decide it? Like, what?
So like, I had a couple friends that were going to comedy school, right? And I was just like, man, they funny. I know I'm hella funny though. Like I could do that shit, bro. And then also too, people would always be like, "Oh man, you look like Nick Cannon." I'm like, I don't fucking look like Nick Cannon. I don't fucking look like Nick Cannon. All these old ass.
Hey, let me see
that.
that. No,
I'm like, nah.
I don't think you look like.
Yeah, and I'm like, nah, fucking. And then so people would just always be like, man, you should be on TV. Like you got the voice and all that stuff for TV. And I was like, oh, it'd be cool, man. You know, it'll be cool. And then this when I worked at Chase Bank, so I went to go help out at another branch. And
hold on, you worked at Chase Bank?
Yeah, I worked at Chase Bank
in Arizona.
Mm-hmm. I was personal banker, business banker, all
gotcha.
that shit.
Okay.
Fucking, I went to go help out, and this girl, she was telling me about this place that made like chicken and all this stuff, and I was just like thinking about I was already still thinking about the comedy, going out to try the comedy school. It was like the Tempe Art Center, and fucking she started telling me about this place called the Lighthouse. They have good food, music, this, that, and that. They do comedy there certain nights. So then I went to go check out a night with my coworkers. Went on the wrong fucking night. It was big girl night. It was legit big girls everywhere. It was popping. I was like, oh shit, it's crazy. So I ended up going back on the right night, and I went to a show first. I saw the show. The dude who was running the show was one of my customers from like a year ago, and I was like, oh shit, like, damn, this is all just like, I gotta do this shit. And fucking.
Wait, so you did a set?
No, I just watched the show.
Oh, you just watched it?
I watched the show, and then I went to the open mic like a week later.
Okay.
Got my set ready, and then just fucking bam.
How was that? How did you have a good
bro,
set?
Killed it.
You said you had a great set.
Bro, I had a great set. It's up on YouTube for my first time. I had a great
You were
set.
like, I killed it.
Bro,
put it out. You're
bro,
like,
there was
look
like
at me destroying.
There were like 30 people in the audience too. It was like a show, and it was just like, and I was just like, all right, yeah, this is
and you
it.
got hooked.
I was like, this is it. This is what I should
You got a
doing.
taste. You got that sweet taste.
I remember my very next show. I didn't record it, but bro, I killed that shit too. And I was like,
I'm a god.
There was like 100 people in there too. I was like, okay,
why? Give me the contract now. Like, you should sign me now. Why are you not signing me?
It was like, it felt so like natural for me. I was like, okay, like this.
And this is Tempe. You're saying?
No, I was in like.
Where were you?
It was in like it was on the west side of like the Greater Phoenix area, and like
Phoenix area,
Glendale, Greater Phoenix area. Where Lighthouse is in like El Mirage.
So okay.
And then I did shows at like Tempe, like in Phoenix, all throughout there, and the clubs and shit. So yeah, but it was just dope.
So that's when you got it. How long ago was that?
That was 5 years ago.
Okay, 5 years ago. So you got the fucking bug. You got fucking. You got it. You got. You know, comedy got its hooks in you, right? You're like just like a fucking. So when was your first bomb? Do you remember your first bomb?
I think my first bomb was at this like taco place. It was at this It was on like 35th Avenue in Greenway. Damn, I forget the name of the taco place, but it was trash.
All right,
bro.
so it was.
I think I had that on video.
It was basically like a taco
It was at a
restaurant.
Yeah.
Okay, and you have it on video.
It was a white people restaurant.
It was a white people restaurant eating Mexican food. Okay, and then do you remember like anything about what you were saying, or do you remember like anything about that?
I don't remember none of that shit. It's on the YouTube though.
Oh my god, because I think that's right. You couldn't have one without the other. You know what I'm saying? You can't. Like what if you never bombed? Like all this whole time,
bro.
Right? What if you never bombed up until
and
now?
Then
This point, and you were gonna record your special.
Yeah, that
would. It happened when you recorded your special.
That would suck, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what if you were just not prepared? You know, like you need. It's like you can't have the highs without the lows. You know, like you don't know love.
It's like you
loss.
never like. It's like damn. It's like you've never came quick at having sex. But it happens with the girl that you like the most.
Well, imagine you never had your heart broken.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine like you would.
That's what it's like too when you bomb. Your heart is broke. But sometimes you do it to yourself.
Oh no, yeah, and at some point you become dead. You know what I mean? I mean, it still hurts, but you're like,
fuck it.
I'm just gonna keep going,
bro.
You know?
One time I didn't even. I guess bombed. This show we did. It was like 4 of us. We all did 15 minutes. I was already like, oh, that's a stretch, but fuck, I could do 15. Fuck it, I was something that come up, and bro got paid $250 for this show at an Elks Lodge in Southside Phoenix.
Nice.
I'm pretty sure they didn't tell all these old ass black people that there was about to be a comedy show. They did not laugh at
They
shit.
did not appreciate the comedy.
Oh my bro, I got paid $250 for the shit, but it didn't feel like that.
Wow, you got $250 for this gig?
$250.
Wow. That to me, that's amazing. I mean, that is. But
I wish that would happen now. Like, if you can give me $250 every day of the week, I will bomb all day.
Yeah, you're like, okay now.
Yep.
But back then,
Give me that money.
Oh,
Back then,
God.
it was just like my heart was broken.
oh man, I
I was
feel
mad
like
at old black people for a minute.
there's nothing worse. My worst bomb was a show in New York. I just remember where I was like, it's not that they weren't paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like there weren't people there. They were all paying attention. It was packed. They were all paying attention.
They're paying too much
and
attention.
they hated me. And they
They're like,
fucking
"Ooh."
hated me. And I was up there and I was like, I just knew the whole time that I am just eating it right now. But I didn't know what to do. I was like, I don't know what to do, so I'm just going to keep doing my dumb material that they hate.
Bombing
They're
is
fucking-
crazy.
It's the worst feeling, but it's also so crucial.
You know what's crazy though? I've like bombed as a kid, just like, cause I always like just try to like make people laugh, like, or will say funny ass shit. I just like the way it felt, you know.
Right.
I can remember the first time I laughed my fucking ass off,
All
like
right.
where it hurt, you know. But like I remember my sister and them, like they would just embarrass me if I did some dumb ass shit. So it like, I knew that feeling
Of that cringe sort of like feeling like, oh God, that you did something.
Yep,
but
just being embarrassed.
yeah. Because isn't it weird that bombing is kind of like that weird girl pressure that happen? You know, like the way girls turn that on you, where
Yeah.
they shun you. It feels like a shunning. You know what I mean? And it
Like,
feels
oh my God, you're weird.
it's not an aggressive male thing of like somebody hitting you, you know, and being
Yeah,
like,
no,
fuck
no,
you. No.
yeah.
It's like in society turning on you.
And two new I had two,
It's
I had
the worst
two older
feeling.
sisters. I have 4 sisters total. Like I spent a lot of time with like the older ones on my mom's side. So like, bro, just being around them, they're like homegirls and shit. I'm the youngest.
shit.
And like,
So they roasted the shit out of you.
it will be embarrassing.
So they roasted the fucking. They fucking murdered
bro,
you. It would just
it
be
was-
embodied. You'd get bodied.
It was
by
embarrassing.
your sisters.
That's why I learned how to shut my ass up and just
Yeah.
chill, fill the room out, bro. Because you can't just be talking everywhere. You can't just be. I will get embarrassed.
So I saw a friend of mine say this on Facebook. My friend Momo back in New York. Shout out to Momo if you're listening. He was saying that like all comedy he feels like comes from black women. It's just like black women are basically because you just learn that nobody is as ruthless. Nobody can roast you harder. You know what I mean? Nobody can get at the core of your truth.
Hell yeah.
And destroy your
Real
being
quick and easy,
like
like
a black woman can.
Like a pin needle going
And-
at 1,000 miles per hour straight through your heart.
And essentially, the other half of that is like resisting that is where the confidence, you know what I'm saying? Like fighting that is where like
It's tough.
the jokes, you know, the fucking survival aspect
finding
of comedy comes
because
from.
you know what too, like while they're like saying stuff that like, you know, can hurt our feelings, we always find a way to like, we have to find a way to come back with some smart shit.
Of course. Yeah.
But then that leads to, what did you say?
Yeah. Either shock or hilarity,
Did you,
right?
Just say to me?
But then,
Okay, all right. Sometimes it's just like, okay, I respect. Or sometimes it's like, I'm going to beat your ass now. These words ain't working. These hands about to work. These hands about to work.
all right, dude. We're getting, well, all right. Wait. Actually, the one other thing I really want to talk about was Chase Bank. So you worked as a personal banker.
Yep.
Okay, you worked for the Chase JP Morgan, the
Yeah.
corporation. You
Yep.
worked for the big bank.
The big bank.
You had to. We got the homeboys.
Oh, cool.
Okay, that's cool. You had to wear a suit.
Oh,
right?
yeah,
You had to
yeah.
get dressed up. You
I
had to
had
do
to
the
get dressed
thing,
up,
get
like,
in.
tie
You
my
had to- it was
ties,
a
man.
very straight laced. Did they drug test?
Yep.
They drug test. Did you
They
say you
did.
couldn't smoke weed?
Oh no, just the interview part, just the initial
Oh, okay.
hire.
So during you okay.
Darren, I was good.
So what was that like to work? Because I've never worked in a place where I have to wear a suit. I feel like I would really be depressed. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Man,
it's really not for me.
I actually felt good
So
wearing a suit.
so you
man.
liked it. You
Yeah,
liked
just
that.
'cause,
You
like,
like that.
It's not restricting like this. The dress pants, the slacks are
Sure.
just like free.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Yeah, okay. So
it's
you
the
were not
man's sundress.
okay, and it was comfortable.
Comfortable.
So what about
fam.
just the environment of like banking?
now the
this
environment
sort
of
like-
banking? It was cool. I mean, it was cool.
you were cool. They weren't. I don't know, uptight or
No, it was cool, but some people were uptight. Like
Okay.
it depends on who you worked with.
Gotcha.
Some people were very uptight. Some customers are cool. Some customers were really uptight.
So you couldn't like joke.
Oh yeah, I could joke.
Oh, you
I
could
was
joke
joking.
around.
Yeah,
So you would
yeah,
joke
yeah.
around. All right.
There's yeah. Because right before I started doing comedy, I was like really like killing it at the bank.
Got-
Too.
So
I
the
was
bank-
killing it, bro.
So the bank was really your first comedy sort of playground.
Yeah, it
where
means
you're-
all these different people, bro.
Like,
oh my
I am crushing it
God.
at the
I'm
bank.
killing it in these sales, killing it with this fucking these jokes, fam.
So you're feeling on top of the
I
world.
was on top of the world.
And then
I was young
fucking-
too. I started working there when I was like 19.
And what were your thoughts on like, say the whole, the financial crisis or just the idea of the banks, like kind of.
And I didn't really,
like-
know or like get
You
into
didn't
it
even
much.
care, right? You're like, you didn't.
I was like, man, yeah, I know they ain't shit, but fuck, they
What-
were paying good at some point, but then they
Right.
made it just.
But was there
harder.
anything, no shadiness at all, right? Everything was just so like straight laced.
Oh no, I had like coworkers that was shady.
Okay.
Dude, people they got caught up and fucked up. I'm like, what the fuck?
What do you mean, like caught up, like taking money?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah, people in the
like-
bank is shady, man.
Oh fuck. You mean just like, what do you mean, like
Taking money
bills?
from customers,
like
bills.
Or what's the easiest thing to steal in a bank? Like, is it bills or is it like moving some numbers around or is that like, you know what I mean? Like, what do you think
know,
is
man.
sort of, you don't know?
Probably shit. They changed a lot of shit. Probably just I don't know. There's all the cameras. Probably the bills, man.
You think so? Fuck. Because
People were stealing all kind of shit, bro. I mean, fat stacks. Like fat stacks of stuff.
when I was a fucking waiter, I used to work at TGI Fridays, and fucking one of the scams was we had comp coupons, and fucking we would, when customers would order shit like desserts or whatever, we would just throw the
Yeah.
comps in and then take the money. You know what I mean? Like, like overcharge them, but then throw the comps in. Like, 'cause everybody's scamming all the time. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
everybody
yeah.
is always scamming. Like someone's gonna find a way. So that makes sense that at a bank that motherfuckers would be scamming. No anybody ever try to like fucking rob the place or anything? You ever get
No.
involved in it? So it was never
No,
like,
when I
was there a
was there.
vault? Was there like a vault in the bank? Like, did you have like
Yeah, there was a vault.
Yeah.
I was a vault custodian too.
Oh shit. All right.
Yeah, I was a vault custodian too. Like I was in charge of that shit, like counting the money and then fucking dishing it out to all the tellers and shit.
So you were handling large stacks of cash. You were just like,
Handling the
oh shit.
cash.
So you would be bonded and everything, right? Like you had to. Is there some kind of security you have to go through
Yeah,
to
you
like
got
be able to?
to get like fingerprinting and all that shit.
Yeah.
all that shit. Federal background check.
So then, how'd you get away from banking? Like, are you
I
still
got
in
a
banking,
fucking,
or are you?
Nah, because I got a weed charge in Arizona.
Oh no shit. Okay.
Class 6 felony and then
Oh.
fucking. I was gonna fucking.
Wait, for possession?
Yeah,
How much?
bro, like milligrams.
No, under an eighth.
Like crumbs.
That's a
Under
felony?
a gram. Yeah.
That's a felony.
Yeah, bro.
Did you have to wear the pink jumpsuit?
No, I didn't
No,
have
I'm
to.
just
I didn't have to. I went like downtown, but I didn't have to like spend time in jail. But I had to fucking do tasks. But it's like weird though, because it's like I was still able to smoke weed, but I had to like pay. It's like $200 and something, like $250 for your weed card out there.
Damn.
So yeah, I had to do that, but fucking I was still able to smoke, but I had to piss test every fucking week. But then with my job, I lost my job because I applied to get licensed so I could fucking like do investments and stuff. And when I did that, they ran my background again because they have to rerun it.
Fuck. Yeah. So they saw that.
And they're like, oh, you
we
can't do this, you can't do this, you can't do that. So it was like you had 30 days until like you're suspended if you don't find another position in 30 days that doesn't require you to be a loan processor, a loan originator under the Truth in Lending Act. Then you're out of a job.
Damn.
So it's like my manager didn't help me and shit. It was all kind of bullshit. I was
That's
like,
fucked up, man. Like,
but everything
just
happens for a reason, though, bro. Because like comedy was going so well, and like in Phoenix,
yeah.
you hit a ceiling, bro. You just,
Right.
It's tough. You got to get out of
So
there.
you decided to get out of there.
And
come here.
my lease was up at the end of that month, bro. Like everything just like lined up. So
Right.
it was just like cool.
Yeah.
So it was just like I had to like just give away everything. I had to get rid of my apartment, gave my dog away and shit.
Fuck.
Fucking sell
Damn.
my truck,
Give
give
your dog
away
away.
all my kitchen shit.
Damn.
But yeah, I mean, it's all good.
Hey, no, you're like where you want to be now, but that was a massive shift.
Yeah.
Fuck, that's just over fucking less than a gram of weed. That's so crazy, man. Like that's weed laws are so fucked
And
up.
I mean, like the job was cool, but it's just like,
it's for the best.
yeah, it's
I
for
mean,
the best.
what do you do
Wasn't
now?
really what I want to do.
What
I
do you do now? I mean, besides comedy, like
all
what do you,
kind of shit. Worked at an RV place.
So you're just doing everything.
Everything. I'm trying to make a living.
You're just struggling. You're just
Let's
basically
see
trying
what's up
to.
with this. I got with this like this one like tent place, so we'll see what's up.
But you're just really you just want
It's
to be a
all
stand-up comedian.
full, yeah,
You just
full
wanna be-
wheels to comedy, man.
All right. And speaking of which, you got a special coming.
Yes.
Skiptown Playhouse.
Yes.
Right. May 4th.
Shut your ass
How
up.
long has it? Is this like a culmination of like 5 years, basically the entire time you've been doing comedy, or like how do you feel about? Because it's half an hour. Like, what made you decide on half an hour? First of all,
I don't know. I feel like a half hour is a good time, just like to get it. Like, I don't know. Just feel like it's a good time. Not giving them too much, not too little.
and how long would you say it took you to come up with like fucking?
Oh, I did an hour within my first year.
And
I've done 20 minutes, 30 minutes, like a handful of times.
So you're fine. You're like the time isn't the thing.
Yeah.
It's just like
It's just like a presentation now. It's just like
that's dope,
it's
man.
just like fuck. Why I can't fucking content?
Right. You just want like making stuff.
Yeah,
for
and
the
like
people,
I
putting
feel
it out
like
there.
I've grown like new branches. You know what I mean? And it's like.
Well, you also have a show, right? You got a show
Blunts
on
and Brunch.
channel, Blunts and Brunch.
Yeah, on Channel 310 with the fam, with the squad fam.
Yeah.
dope.
So fucking, you got that going on. You got the special going on.
Yeah.
You want to just like keep fucking doing it.
The open mic here at Skiptown Playhouse, man.
Skiptown Playhouse. You got like this, thing you guys are building basically with
Man,
the
it's
Channel
been
310.
crazy, man. It's dope. My girl and her friends own the place, man. Shout out to them.
Skiptown Playhouse. Come check it out. May 4th. Come see Arthur.
10:30, man.
10:30.
$5 on Eventbrite, man. Pull up.
$5. And then after that, where can people find you online?
Find me on Instagram at Comedian Arthur. Spell it like the cartoon, ARTHUR.
Okay, Instagram.
Instagram, Twitter, same thing.
Uh-huh.
On Facebook, Comedian Arthur. It'll pull up.
Cool, man. Anything else you want to plug? Anything else you want to...
Planet Black, man, the cartoon written by Niles Abson and
Yeah.
Eric Abernathy. My character in there, man, it's dope, man. See them create that dope shit. So Lila Hart, Chelsea Grove, fucking Chaz Carter, Darren Davis, fucking Yimon, Kelly, Roger Lopez, Victor Martinez.
He's just reading a list off open mic list now.
Man,
He's just
fucking
reading
shit.
a list now.
And my Eric Abernathy, who else? That's it.
Hell yeah.
Cesar Lizardo, fam. All the dads in the group.
Fuck yeah. All right, man. Arthur,
Appreciate
great.
you.
Thank you so much for coming on the podcast.
No
I appreciate
doubt,
you coming. All right, man.
Dope.
Bitches always beat me cause I can't relate, but I'ma ride till I die in the 818. And my PO wants to book me for affiliate. I'm from the PAC or IMA. Bitches always beat me cause I can't relate, but I'ma ride till I die in the 818. If my PO wants to book me for affiliate, I know they getting me right on my ass, I can feel it. I got a super sport, took a chance, gotta steal it. I left the scene, I think I got away clean. I'm back to
Okay,
near the
guys,
118.
great.
It went down. I
Great
couldn't hear the house cause I'm
podcast. Great
bumping myself.
conversation
Now I'm
with
living on the
Arthur.
side with the 5-6
Great to
rounds.
have
I see
him.
the Moscows
Hope his
of
special
Command, the hunting.
goes
Before driving,
swimmingly.
knocking ain't nothing. Spot I made it right
I
before
don't
the
think I'm going to be able to make it. I just found out I have a family obligation. Family obligation, which it's thankfully not my family. So that's... So, guys, I am excited about the show coming up that I'm going to be on at the Belly Room. It's the Shindig Show. I was just on the Shindig Show, you might say, if you were there at the Shindig Show, which was at the Sycamore Tavern, which was a great show, by the way. Okay, lots of wild and wacky stuff happened. But this is a show in the Belly Room at the Comedy Store, and I'm super excited about it. It's my first time being booked at the Comedy Store. Now, I'm going to give you a little caveat as because I'm too self-deprecating and whatever. Look, I'm not booked by the store itself, okay? That's another thing all in of itself, where the Comedy Store itself is booking me. That's not the case here. It's an independently produced show that's renting out the Belly Room, which I'm still Happy to be part of it. I'm not knocking it. It's fucking. I love the Belly Room. The Belly Room is awesome. This is the first stage I performed in at a mic on the Comedy Store, so I'm happy to be there on an actual show. So I'm super excited. I hope you guys can make it. Comedy Store, Belly Room, 5/17. That's Friday, May 17th. I'll throw up a link to this show as well. I would love to see you guys there. It'll be amazing. It's going to be a kick-ass show. I am fucking out here grinding mics. I'm hosting mics. I'm grinding mics. I'm out here. I'm working on new shit. I'm loose, baby. I'm not even doing materials half the time. I'm just fucking, you might see me flail and flounder. That might be a huge mistake to not have material. Or I might end up doing material, and that ends up being a mistake too, where I'm not connecting with the crowd. I'm just reciting jokes, and there's this coldness that exists between me and the audience. It's palpable, but I'm just, even though I feel the beads of sweat forming and dripping down my temple, I'm just going forward, sallying forth, just unending, ceaseless, going down that shit tunnel, just like Andy Dufresne at the end of the Shawshank Redemption. Get to the end of the set, that could happen as well. So, anything could happen. But honestly, it's going to be a great time. Okay? So I would love to see you guys there. Thank you so much for listening. Please follow me on the internet's YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Rodney Kim. RojanKim.com. Thank you. Goodbye.